So the first image of John receiving his vision is very, very typical of these Anglo-Norman apocalypse manuscripts. I mean, could talk more about this. They were a sort of 13th, 14th century phenomenon. There are about 30 extant, so still existing examples of these, which implies that there were probably many, many more. It became a sort of vogue for aristocracy and royalty at this time in England, in the UK and France, to have one of these apocalypse manuscripts. So and Lambeth is very paradigmatic, very representative of the general trends in these illustrations. So this is a very representative example of John receiving his vision of the text that we've just looked at on Patmos. You can see it's non-naturalistic. He's a huge figure, kind of occupying the whole of Patmos, being instructed to write by the angel. Interesting to note that his eyes are closed here, which could imply that it's some kind of internal experience. However, I think in light of the images that follow, that's not necessarily the implication. I think the closed eyes here are symptomatic of John's sort of metaphorical blindness at this point, before he's had the visions. Because then in the final image of the whole series, so Revelation 22, we see him before Christ, having an unmediated vision of Christ with his eyes open and sort of in full visionary sight, as it were. He's got to the end of the visions of Revelation, and he now is sort of elevated to this level of prophetic understanding that he didn't have before.